Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me on this lovely Thursday in a nice frostbitten Louisiana. Some as you know, we started out a website, or I started creating a website to give more of my creative juices a time to go. Many people that are on this website or were original part of my original website were part of a site called Fan Nation. It's where a lot of us met, a lot of us talked, a lot of us argued about sports. And part of what I wanted to do is argue about other things, such as things in movies, things in books, things in TV shows. And I'd still like to do that, but unfortunately, due to certain items, certain things, we just haven't been able to do that much. But right now, we do have something that we have going on. Basically, myself and the Wrestling Roundtable people, we are going to be putting together our own War Games teams. And we're going to have a little mini tournament, and who has the best? The head of the Wrestling Roundtable, Stephen Hall, he basically selected, seated who he wanted to have in what order, 1 through 4, basically went alphabetically to try to make it fair. We went through our draft and we picked our teams. And so for this first week's video, I'd like to present to you the teams and the mashups. And hopefully you enjoy it. We're going to have voting both on the website and on here. So winner moves on, then we'll have a final and have a great champion. And if you like this video or you want to get in the next one, please let me know. Drop me an email and maybe we'll do it. We've done one before with an NBA tournament. Maybe we'll do some other fun stuff later on, but I hope you enjoy it. Thanks. Now the rules that we went into was basically fairly simple. Basically we just said no China. Pick any wrestler that you wanted. Then after the draft, we kind of did a snake draft, first pick, up last pick in the second round, etc. and so forth, till we got all 5 guys. We were going to have the classic War Games, where it's a 5-minute interval in between guys entering in. It must have a submission till the finish. And basically, that was all our rules. Like I said, Steven picked up the matchups. He seeded 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. Then we'll have the finals, and we're going to let you, the fans, decide. But there is no rules outside of no China, but that's about it. I mean, it has to be a male wrestler, and basically each guy was given free reign to pick whoever they wanted to. So let's go ahead and go down the teams here. Our first team is Team Josh, who had the first overall pick. He went with The Undertaker first overall. Second round, Hulk Hogan fell to him. He picks John Cena with his back-to-back pick. Then he went with Goldberg, and then with the first pick of the 5th round, he went with the Ultimate Warrior. Now his next up is the Strange Breed. They had the second overall pick. They took Ric Flair, followed that up with Mick Foley, then Bret Hart, then Triple H, then Shawn Michaels. And then the third pick, who the Strange Breed's going to be fighting, you have Stone Cold Steve Austin, then Buddy Rogers. If you're not familiar with him, he is a champion back in the 1950s. Don't sleep on him just because he's an older style guy. I mean, he did go like 6'2", 220, so kind of a smallish guy, but again, in this type of match, that's probably a good thing. Next up, you have Randy Macho Man Savage, and then he went with a relatively new character, he went with Bray Wyatt, and then followed up with his last pick, Kevin Nash, to give him some size. And then the last team you have is Domination, with the last pick. Basically, with Sting and The Rock, with their back-to-back picks, and then turned around and took Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar. And then with the last pick at the draft, kind of a wild card, went with Andre the Giant. So that's going to be a kind of interesting team to look at. So that's our 4 teams that we've got. By all means, argue, confuse, talk about who we missed. I will say we did miss one fairly huge guy. If we ever do this again, I probably need to take in the first round. That, of course, being Danny Hodge. I can't believe I forgot about him. But basically, Steven said we had 24 hours to make our picks, and we got the whole thing done in like 2.5 days. It was kind of incredible. We seemed like everybody was kind of excited to get into it, and to tell you the truth, I think they're probably going to get a little upset with me if I don't unleash the beast, so to speak. So the very first round is going to be next week. It's going to be Team Josh versus Domination. So basically what the writer is going to do is they're going to determine their entry into the cage. Steven's going to pick who wins the coin toss, and then each writer is basically going to have up to 750 words to describe how his team's going to win, kind of old foundation style, but it's only been one argument. Then you'll have you can either vote here or you can vote on the website, 7poundbag.com, which one you like. by all means, shoot us an email here, or you can tweet at me, @7poundbag. If you have a question that you want to answer, if you have an idea you want to put forward, or if you want to get in one of these things. NFL tournaments are kind of hard to do just because, you know, there's so many guys. NBA works a lot better. Wrestling works great because it's all predetermined anyway, so you pretty much route whoever we want to win. But I hope you enjoyed it. Next Tuesday, I'm going to be back with another movie video. I've already started working on it here. Hopefully you like Grave Mistake. I've been kind of getting a few compliments where I need to pick better movies. I'm going to kind of try to alternate. I've pretty much got the movies that I want to do up to the end of the year. By all means, come by and hit the website. We've got the Wrestling Roundtable up. We've got the MMA Roundtable coming tomorrow. The Baseball Roundtable hit this morning as well. And as always, there's always a ton of great things. I've reformatted the website so it works a little bit better on mobile phones and things like that. So if you need something to read while you're supposed to be working, you can. And again, thank you for watching. Please leave your comments below. Subscribe if that strikes your fancy. And have a great day. Thank you.